Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay at home, Disney Dad.
Halloween continues. We got the second Halloween-themed Winnie the Pooh VHS. Here we have Spookable Pooh. So on the VHS cover, we have Piglet running away in terror. So if I had to guess on the plot, in classic Pooh fashion, they burst into Piglet's house and they hold him down. They tell him the most terrifying stories about spookables and other monsters hiding in the shadows, waiting until he's asleep and they can come out and eat his spleen. And they keep telling him these stories until Piglet gets so scared he pees his own pants and snaps and erupts in anger. And then they lecture him about his complete lack of rage control. Fade to black. Well, it's Halloween, which I love, and it's Winnie the Pooh, which I don't love, so let's press play. Fast forward all the Pooh previews. I do not have it in me tonight. Feature program, we get the new adventures of Winnie the Pooh. The theme song would almost be catchy, except it's not. Okay, it's a night to remember. Isn't that the Scooby-Doo episode? We start with the storm and everyone is camped out in Christopher Robin's bedroom and Christopher Robin is in there. Tigger suddenly yells at Piglet, "You were hiding and I found you. I'm the best at finding people." Piglet wasn't hiding, but Tigger is super arrogant and aggressive and we are off. They're so bored that they decide in this spooky storm that they should explore Christopher Robin's attic. Alright, off to the attic. In a different universe, a killer would be up there and like slaughter them all one by one, pick them off, but no. They're once again talking about spookables. That's their go-to. They argue about who's going to go into the attic first as they're all standing in a tight, single file line. And I can just imagine someone popping out with like a sharp pole and just impaling them all, just one after another, through all their chests in a row, like a 100-acre wood shish kebab. They finally get to the attic and it's creepy. Piglet is scared, but as usual, no one gives a shit about you and your feelings. Piglet, no one cares. No one ever cares about you. You are a little pink emotional punching bag for these other characters, and they live to make you uncomfortable and demean and humiliate you and watch you squirm. There's a chessboard set up in the attic, which makes me have all sorts of questions about Christopher Robin's upbringing. But let's move on. They want to play chess, but there's one piece missing, so they're going to split up and look in all the dark corners for the missing piece. They make Piglet look in a creepy old chest in the corner. Piglet doesn't want to do it, so now they want to physically use Piglet, like put him on the chessboard and use him as the missing piece. Like this is happening. This is finally too much humiliation for Piglet, so he starts looking in the corners for the actual playing pieces. Poor guy, his mind finally breaks, and he goes into a dreamland where he is really a knight, and Tigger is a bishop, and all these characters are chess pieces. It's dark. I can't see out of this thing. This is like where an abuse victim goes mentally to disassociate themselves with their current horrible reality. We're going to snap back to the real reality. Poor Piglet can be standing on the chessboard as his friends laugh and move him around as the storm rages outside. Back to the dream sequence. Tigger tells Piglet he has to get him to his royal pooneth, but I swear he says royal penis. And no, he said royal pooneth. Royal Pooh is happy Piglet is there to slay the dragon. He is not. We are slowly meeting all the other characters like Rabbit and Gopher, like who they are on the chessboard, but I've never played chess and I don't like Winnie the Pooh, so I'm not tracking any of it. For real, I don't understand why Rabbit as a chess wizard is clever or funny, or if it's supposed to be clever or funny, I don't know. Gopher is a tailor. Is there a tailor on a chessboard? Piglet tries to back out of his dragon slaying misunderstanding, but they bully him into it, so he's off to slay the dragon. The only character missing right now I'm noticing is Eeyore, so I'm sure he's going to be the dragon, but it's actually a misunderstanding, and he's not bad, and Piglet with him will bond, and Piglet will return, and they think he slayed the dragon. But there's also no way the writers would ever let Piglet get one over on the other characters, so after all that, his heroics won't be acknowledged. I mean, that's got to be a way. Let's see how this goes. Whew! Piglet says a spell or something, and yep, the dragon turns back into Eeyore. I'm reminded that Eeyore is the voice actor for Optimus Prime as well, and I die a little more inside. Piglet gets back and is named A Knight to Remember. That's his title. There's no way it ends like this. They have to pull the rug out from under him somehow. So he gives the title of A Knight to Remember to Eeyore. Then he goes back into the trunk. Then he comes out into the real world, where his friends are still searching for him in the dusty, dark attic of Christopher Robin. Here we go. They're all like, oh, you were hiding because you were too chicken to be a knight. He says he was, but he's not anymore. Fade to black. Okay. Rockabye Pooh Bear is next. We start this Halloween episode at a sunny picnic. Rabbit makes a giant carrot into a car and it starts raining, and Piglet wakes up. He's having a nightmare. They want to have breakfast, but Rabbit says it's too early for breakfast. What is happening? I'm checking out. Piglet wants to stay awake so he doesn't have nightmares, so his friends promise to keep him awake, but they immediately scheme a way to make him fall asleep. Good God, this is like a weird homage to Nightmare on Elm Street, or maybe not, I don't know. They're now pretending Piglet is asleep and having a nightmare, but he's really awake, being terrorized by his friends, pretending he's asleep having a nightmare. Ah! Oh, these tapes, Winnie the Pooh. A storm comes for real and Piglet thinks it's okay because he's just having a nightmare, but it's not. It is real. It's a real storm. This is so mean. This is so f***ing dark. I'm almost into it this time. Piglet thinks he dreamt his friends out of existence because they scattered because of the storm, so he says he better get used to talking to himself. Tigger finds Piglet and Piglet's like, we have to find the rest of the gang before I wake up and they all disappear. And Tigger says nothing. Piglet finds them all, and Tigger talks in circles, and it ends when he tells him it's safe to sleep again, and he is just so beaten down and confused that Piglet goes along with it, and he goes to sleep, and we fade to black, and we roll credits. Oh my God, 1990 Disney. Ah! Oh my God. This costume does not breathe.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has.